Hello guys, welcome to another episode, and today's topic is about maize harvesting using combined harvester machine. So in our summary, we pulled out when to harvest, harvesting methods, different harvesting machine used to harvest maize, unloading, and post-harvest. So let's jump in with physiological maturity of the maize. The time for maize harvesting is determined by the purpose of the yield. Harvesting for size should be done earlier before the cob are too dry. Harvesting for grain purpose or consumption should be done anytime after 1 week of physiological maturity. Maize should be harvested. If harvest is delayed, it leads insect infestation and fungal contamination like aflatoxin. The physiological maturity of the crop can be identified by either color of the maize plant. The maturity of the kernel is by breaking the cob in halfway, where the solid yellow starch changes to milk-white sugar portion of the kernel. The grain dry beyond 33 moisture content, or using this machine, moisture content machine. Harvesting methods can be done manually or mechanically, depending the size of your farm. For large commercial farms, they use mechanical method or machine. Smallholder farmers, they use hand in harvesting. Common harvesting machine. Mechanized harvesting of maize is done with maize picker or combined harvester machine. Maize picker and combined harvester machine that simultaneously harvest the maize, chuck, shell, and clean up the crop or seeds. The machine should be operated by skilled individuals. Some machines harvest only without even sharing. Others machine harvesting and sharing at the same time. When the maize is dry enough, threshing or sharing is done using machine. The precision of threshing machine should be checked before the use of machine like G-press, entering coordinate to reduce the grain breakage. Grain should be threshed when the moisture content is about 22 to 26 or to minimize the breakage. Combined harvester is a symbol for modern agriculture. Harvesting. Maize harvesting should not be delayed only if there is a chance of rain or when it's rain season. This machine can sink in the mud soil. Look at the tire, the rubber one. When maturity have been determined, the maize should be harvested from the field. The cutting and the chopping are important part of this processing in harvesting. Burning of the crop residue is prohibited here in China. So the farmer, they figure out to use the best harvesting machine that incorporate the crop residue, which are material left on a cultivated land after the crop have been harvested. The retention of the crop residue after harvesting is considered to be an effective anti-erosion measure. Crop residue can improve soil structure, increase organic matter content in the soil, reduce evaporation, and help to fix carbon dioxide in the soil. Maize yield vary a lot depending on the efficiency of production, maize variety, plant density, fertilization, climate, and maize growing technique used by farmer. The yield of maize varies from 6 tons per hectare to 15 tons per hectare. With this feed, we got 12 tons, just average for smallholder farmer, 8 to 10. Conventional maize production system usually achieve high maize yield per hectare due to efficiency of maize production system like mechanization. Maize harvesting should be done with skill. This is because a lot of yield is usually lost during harvesting period. So it's very important farmers to work behind and correct remain. It is important to make sure that the maize is harvested on time and it's dried properly, packed in the aerated bag and stored for safe. An error during either of this stage can result rot and infestation that affecting the quantity and the quality of the harvest. Unloading the maize cobs. One downside with this machine, it does not share, like it not separate the grain and the stove. This is the smaller farmer tricycle trailer. You can see this machine. Grain storage. When you harvest with that kind of machine, you need to left it to dry. So drying of maize is considered one stage of technological procedures in the post-harvest treatment. During the maize drying, it is recommended that drying in air temperature does not exceed 55 degrees for seed maize and 90 for consumption. Recommended of moisture content is necessary for safe storage is approximately 10 to 13%. It depends on the country. Harvesting and shearing machine. This is the shearer machine, which is constructed to shear the maize and separate the cob from the grain or stovers. So it is very important, guys, to choose the type of machine, especially when you have this kind of mud soil. A maize shearer is actually edge tools to help thresh the maize. So you can remember there is tire, which is rubber one, and this one. So it is a new type of machine for shearing the maize, which ensure, guys, improved and faster maize processing. If the corn have been planted and harvested, then sharing them in next line of action. But with this machine, you don't need to worry because it carries out sharing and harvesting at the same time. So guys, look this one, the straw chopped into a smaller one. And look, this is how combined harvest machine is working. Threshing, reaping, and winnowing. It worked perfect in this mud soil after heavy rain that left the flooding. So you can see it worked like a military tank. Different one with the tire, which work. You can see even the mark of this chain tires, or you can say conveyor. Combined harvester is a multifunctional machine for crop harvesting. It is a combination of 3 sequential tasks in harvesting activity, which means the first one is reaping, which means cutting and gathering crops. Threshing means the beating and separating the seeds from the stover or cobs. Winnowing means the freeing of the grain from the right particles. Unloading maize seed grain. Combined harvester is one of the most important inventions in farming, guys. The machine helped to reduce the amount of people engaging in agriculture work. Imagine you need to reaping, threshing, winnowing, but this machine done all. As correcting tank fill up, it must be emptied in a trailer through the pipe unloader. The grain is elevated from the tank by an elevator and shoot out the pipe into the trailer. You can see here. The grain then delivered to the cleaning units, and then it will be stored for future use. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in another episode. Bye.